This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
This season, let your shoes do the talking. Designer Shoe Warehouse is packed with fresh styles that speak to your whole vibe without saying a word. From cool sneakers that look good with everything, to easy sandals you'll want to wear on repeat, DSW has you covered. Find a shoe for every you from the brands you love, like Birkenstock, Nike, Adidas, New Balance, and more. Head to your DSW store or visit DSW.com today.
That's right. Hi, good morning, everybody. My name is Chris Hockey, and here's what's going on with the weather. 78 today, and there's rain on the way. At 8 a.m. here, it's supposed to start raining in the Twin Cities area. Rain till about 10, and then start raining again at about 1:30 and rain till about 6, and then rain again tonight. And then tomorrow's high 54.
Perfect. Yes.
No. I love what we had.
54 is perfect.
54.
It's not perfect.
No, it's perfect.
It's the summertime.
30 and snow.
We're barely at
15.
60 until next Thursday.
Perfect. So good.
This will be the best week of the entire year. Perfect.
No.
Yeah, 60 degrees in May is perfect.
Christmas time.
I wish it was like this. That's why Ben loves San Diego. It's like 70 degrees and windy every day.
Santiago.
60 and overcast in the Twin Cities.
Perfect.
Inject it into my veins.
Perfect.
We need to get tan. This is the time of year to get tan.
I ain't going outside.
No.
Look at him.
Look at me.
We need to get tan right now. After the 4th of July, freezing outside. But you guys,
No.
This is
nuts.
our one month of the year. We got to just lean into it. This till the 4th of July is the best time of the year.
But you guys got to decide because I'm going to put in the order.
No, the order is 60 and
Thank you.
slightly
All right,
sunny.
then I'm going with
a
it then.
breeze.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
With a slight breeze.
May to October in Minnesota is undefeated.
It's the best.
time of the year.
I agree.
Best time of year. You can't beat it any other 50 states. But right now is like this is like when we're revving up. Because then it gets too hot in August because I'm sick of it by then.
Oh, August is hideous.
But right now we're not sick of it. We're not sick of it yet. Let's lean into it right now.
All your hands up.
Do you guys despise August because of football practice?
Despise.
Yeah,
Worst
basically.
time of year.
And now,
Hideous.
and now State Fair. State Fair heat. I don't like State Fair heat. I love the
State Fair bangs.
I love the State Fair. Don't get me wrong. It's fun to be there.
Like 94
but I don't
days
like.
away.
I don't like to be there when it's just like the sweat dripping down your.
Oh, I'll just say,
Yeah, prove it.
No, come on, but like, you know what I mean? Okay, here, Kansas State 2-a-days heat, or Minnesota Vikings humid heat.
Oh,
what was
Minnesota,
worse?
Minnesota heat.
Not even close.
Yeah, not even close.
Because I've heard from all like the Florida guys. They always say they had the worst because it was humid and hot.
Yeah.
But I think
Humidity's the worst, dude.
Minnesota's got to be up there for like the toughest 2-a-days heat.
No.
Dude,
No.
let me tell you about Indiana/Ohio in August.
Yes. Oh.
Is it swampy or is it just hot?
It's the worst, man.
I'm
It's
surprised
both.
there's not a rainforest there.
It's the worst. Late August into September, when we were doing 2-a-days, and it would be 102, and it would be 100% humidity. You couldn't believe it, man.
And no water. It's for the week.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Dude. We got in trouble. We weren't allowed to have water. I can't believe it.
God.
I can't believe they wouldn't.
So scary.
Hawk, I will never forget. Thank goodness I wasn't playing. But when we covered the little 2-a-day practice with the Vikings at Cincinnati,
Oh, yeah.
that heat in Cincinnati in that little area where they practice was maybe the worst heat humidity combination I've ever felt on a football field.
Unbelievable, man. It's you can't breathe, and then you got pads on, and the sun, there's no getting away from it. And then you go in the shade, and it's just as hot. Yeah. I do not.
Ball your hands up.
Hogs Daddy, speaking of the Vikings bit, when do you think they'll have a joint practice with either Houston or New England?
I heard it was going to be both. They wanted to do both this year, and they wanted to do both at home. Did you hear the same, Ben?
I did not hear that.
Yes, yes.
But I think it makes sense.
Yes.
I mean,
Yep.
we've kind of speculated this whole time that I think these joint practices is that's eventually what's going to take over the preseason games. We'll probably knock it down to 2 preseason games at some point in time when they go to 18 games.
That would be terrible. Have 4.
And then it'll be basically 2 joint practices. You get 3 days of work or 2 days of work and then the game. that'll be enough to get these guys ready.
By the way, speaking of the Vikings, we haven't mentioned this yet. Brian Asamoah is going to join in about 20 minutes via the old StreamYard. So we can a couple of cool things we have to talk to him about, but also we can get his reaction to the Vikings schedule release and see what he thinks. But from like 7:30 to 7:40, he'll be joining us.
Ben, I'm so confused. Asamoah.
I think it's
remember?
Asamoah.
Okay,
Asamoah,
all right,
yeah.
okay,
So
okay.
we said Asamoah the first couple of years, and then they eventually were like, that's not how you say it. It's like, it would have been nice year one to say it right.
You can say it both ways.
Some people think you can say it both ways, yes, but it's Asamoah.
I do want to say this, by the way, two things. Thank you so much to the St. Paul Saints for bringing us the news, but there's so much going on. I really don't have time to do a lot of news today, so I'm just going to say this. St. Paul Saints fell to the Iowa Cubs 10-5 at Principal Park yesterday. They're 21-16 on the seasons. They have a doubleheader against Iowa today. We'll let you know when they're back at CHS Field. Get on down to saintsbaseball.com. Go, Saints. Thank you, Saints.
Well, speaking of baseball, before you move on, also, potentially in the 8 o'clock hour, Ryan Jeffers might check in from the East Coast. That sounds like he is waiting to hear if he's in the lineup or not, because I guess your morning is very different depending on whether you're playing or not. So if
11:30,
if it works out based on whether or not he'll find out if he's in the lineup, then he can decide whether or not he can join us or not. So maybe Jeffers in the 8 o'clock hour, but
he's the
Brian
best.
Asamoah for sure in about 19 minutes.
So here's the thing. We talked about it a moment ago, the tattoo situation.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what's going on. The flash tattoo of him for your Minnesota Vikings. From noon until 8.
Wow, noon until 8.
At Green River Tattoo in Minneapolis. Great place, great reputation for the people who know about tattoos. Green River Tattoo. It's 118 East 26th Street in Minneapolis. First 50 fans receive a free Vikings flash tattoo. A limited selection of Vikings tattoo flash designs can be located on the arms and or legs only. Okay?
That's probably smart, right? Just in case some jackass is like, you know where I want this.
That's right.
Yeah. Right in my schwan.
Right there.
That's right. So again, noon to 8 today, Green River Tattoo. Free tattoo for the first 50 fans of Vikings flash tattoo.
I would bet 3 months mortgage they get way more than that. I'm going to have to turn people away.
I bet there are people in line.
Yep.
Yeah.
What a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Free ink? Are you kidding me?
Pretty cool.
Man.
It's deep.
It's a smart idea, too.
Hell
And you
yeah.
keep this schedule release vibe going for more than 24 hours.
Yeah,
It's smart.
brilliant.
Who was it? Was it Klosterman who made the point in one of his earlier books? How incredible is it that we all volunteer to walk around with people's logos on our chest, doing them a favor? You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Like Nike or Puma.
Yeah.
You walk around advertising for them and feel cool about it, and they're like, "Thank you."
Yep, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Which is kind of amazing that Lulu works, right? Because Lulu does not put their logo on anything essentially except for their tag.
Yeah.
Once in a while, they have like the smallest little emblem or logo somewhere like along the waistline. But when you're walking around, you don't see a Lulu symbol, but it works.
You could argue Lulu like made the boom of kind of hiding all the
Exactly.
because
I agree.
Abercrombie with the moose back in the day, or Hollister with the eagle, or with the whatever it was, like a seagull, and then
Put your hands down.
that you needed to have that for cool status. I remember you're like, oh, you are sick if you have the moose on there. Now I wouldn't get caught dead with that on my shirt, but I go, this is an Abercrombie sweatshirt because they don't have anything on it.
See,
Yeah.
You know
Right?
what's funny?
It's you thought it was Lulu,
I thought it was
probably.
Lulu
See,
1,000%.
they changed the
That's
game.
so crazy. Okay.
But did you know I love his aloe? Aloe? Oh my god!
Deep breath, please.
What the hell is that?
It's like
it's like the new hot athleisure brand out there.
yeah, it's like the new Lulu or Aritzia. Great.
Is that the hat that JJ McCarthy
Yes,
was wearing last
correct.
night?
Zach?
Yes.
Okay.
He must be, because he's multiple times been out in public with one of those.
I got a lot of tweets last night, and by a lot I mean like 4, but that's a lot for me. Because McCarthy had black hat, black hooded sweatshirt, black pants, white shoes, and they're like, "Nice
Did he
job
really?
stealing Corey's bit, JJ." I'm like, "That's exactly what I wear every single day." So, Zach, am I turning you on right now or not?
Well, here's the deal. First of all,
That's not a no.
No, that's not a
That's
no.
not a
no, but I will say,
Wow, jeez.
I will say, JJ was wearing aloe last night. That was nice.
He's wearing LL?
Head to toe.
Well, I mean, I couldn't see the toe.
Did you get pretty close to him? Did you talk to him?
No, I got no. But it was
Rosie talked to him?
cool seeing him in the same building. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You got pictures from a distance that will later be called,
From a
quote,
distance.
evidence.
Listen, I like the all-in-motion line from Target. They work just fine for me.
No, it's great brand.
Hawk.
No,
I
the
like it.
shirts.
Yeah, I like them.
Fantastic
I'm wearing it
shirts.
right now.
Those are
No,
lady
these are my
clothes.
shorts. Those are my shorts.
Jeez.
See?
You're
That's
very
the
excited
brand.
about Target.
I
Yeah.
like them. They're good. They
It's a
fit
great
me, and
brand.
I can sweat,
Yeah,
and
listen.
they're cheap.
Is that about a 3-inch inseam? What do you got there?
My God.
God, how short are those shorts?
Shout out to Sess,
Yeah.
right?
Shout out to Seth. She gives me deals on these.
I'm sure she does.
My God, I can see your butt.
Well, can she give me deals on it? Because I love them. Boy, that was a high pitch. That was
Oh,
impressive.
you guys, I gotta tell you a story.
Oh, Jesus.
I was up
Is it about a murder? It sounds like it.
No, I was. You guys remember when I saw you 2 weeks ago up at when I was up there golfing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So first tee, I was on the first tee shot
Whoa.
of the season,
Yeah.
and I'm standing up there, and there's a grounds crew, just like golf, normal stuff,
Yeah.
and they're in the woods. My first tee shot of
Oh,
the
brilliant.
season. And I hit it, random guy out of nowhere. Are you kidding me? I started dying. It was the best thing I've ever. It was the coolest thing ever.
That's awesome.
That is
You're starting to
freaking
move,
great, dude.
Dude, seriously, I think so. We have to make 3M open. Everybody do it there.
Because didn't you say like a couple of months ago that during the Masters that guy texted you and then he messaged you
thrown
and
out,
said,
didn't he?
yeah.
A guy walked up to him immediately and go, "If you do that again, you are kicked out of the Masters."
Because what did he yell?
I'm surprised you don't have a branded Bills hat that says Azir.
Well, it's got to be the State Fair T-shirt.
Yeah, it
It's
should
gotta
be. Yeah,
right?
it should be.
We
Yeah.
have something in the works.
Okay. All right.
Oh, you better get the copyright. You won't get a dime from it.
I know. Well, that's my problem. Here you go, everybody. Here's free merch.
Hey, real quick, let me mention it again, and let's give it a round of applause. Taylor Heisey.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's so cool.
How about it? She scored the winning goal, and the Minnesota Frost advanced to the PWHL Finals with a 4-3 overtime win
Hell
over
yeah.
Toronto. Here's Taylor.
I kind of gave a shot fake, was hoping I'd get someone to bite, and Brooke McQuigg had an amazing screen, shifted like a goaltender over with CJ, and then obviously I let it rip and was hoping to just keep it low. I had missed probably 4 opportunities to score before that for the team, so I don't care about me. Obviously, I'm just happy that we're here and that we get to continue to hopefully repeat.
Nice job.
Yeah,
way to
good
go,
job.
Taylor.
Great job.
Do we know when the final starts? And is the other
No, it's
semifinal
not over
finalized?
yet.
It's tonight, and I think that it's 2-1. I'm not sure. I think Ottawa's maybe leading that series.
Over what, Montreal, right?
Over
Those are the two teams that are
Game
playing?
4 is Friday.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right, so the finals will start next week.
That's
So
right.
either
Let's
way,
go.
it'll be USA versus Canada
Love
for the
it.
final.
Essentially, yeah, right.
All right, when we come back, Salsa Do Sports, we'll talk about the Wolves and the Warriors. And again, about 12 minutes from now, in the next segment, we'll do Brian Asamoah for about 10 minutes to talk about a couple of cool things internationally. We'll explain that in a second, and then ask him about the Vikings schedule again, and more. So the Vikings special teams and what linebacker, right? Extraordinaire. Brian Asamoah after this on the Fan.
News Getting Old by Chief Whitefoot. Local music production morning show.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities, so do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Hosting season's here. Are your Windows guests ready? Early access to Blinds.com's Memorial Day mega sale is on now. Save up to 40% site-wide and get a free measure. Blinds.com invented a better way to shop for custom window treatments. 100% online with upfront pricing, no showroom markups, no pushy salespeople in your home. Whether you're a DIY warrior, prefer the white glove treatment, or somewhere in between, Blinds.com can help. Our design experts can help you make the perfect selection on your schedule. Plus, we can even handle everything from measure to install. Style every room effortlessly with classic shutters for living spaces, blackout for bedrooms, motorized options for ease, shades for your patio too. With over 25 million windows covered and 40,000 5-star reviews, Blinds.com is the trusted name in custom window treatments, all backed by our 100% satisfaction guarantee. Early access to Blinds.com's Memorial Day mega sale is happening now. Shop and save up to 40% site-wide, plus a free measure at Blinds.com. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Ooh, that's cool. Fever Dream. The song is crying out. Local Music Power Trip Morning Show. Here we are. 7:25 on your old Power Trip. May 15th, man. And there's so much going on in sports. We can't wait another moment. Ben is salivating to talk about sports.
It's time for Fan 5 on the Power Trip. Presented by All Around, your TimberTech deck building contractor.
Thank you, All Around.
Thanks, All Around. The Minnesota Timberwolves closed out the Warriors in 5 games last night.
Yes.
They beat them 121-110. Your Wolves are 8-2 in the playoffs. Julius had 29. Ant had 22 and 12 dimes. The Wolves will play in the Western Conference Finals for the second straight year. They will play either the Thunder or Denver, who play tonight at 7:30. OKC leads that series 3-2, but Denver is a 4.5-point favorite tonight.
Yep, either one's going to be a battle, even though we match up really well against Denver. If
Hopefully
Denver
they
gets
beat
through,
each other up for a little longer.
Exactly, yeah.
That'd be great.
Hopefully this goes 7.
Yep, I don't think the Wolves are winning in 4 or 5 against Denver. I really don't. I think it'd be back and forth and be a battle just like it was last year. Even though we came out on top, it's going to be a battle.
Yeah.
So, but it might be OKC, and we're going to be the dog, and that's okay too.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let me throw something out that I was just thinking about this morning. It's probably the stupidest idea ever, and you guys can tell me that the
We
same
will.
thing.
Oh, don't worry. We
please.
will. We're gonna tell you.
Please at least consider what I'm thinking.
All right.
NBA Finals, okay? East versus West. If it ever got to a Game 7, neutral site. How do you guys feel about that? Then you have equal amounts. You have equal amounts of home and away, all the way up to Game 6, and then Game 7 is like at the Superdome in New Orleans.
That's pretty exciting.
Yeah,
that's pretty fun. If it makes it to Game 7, it goes to neutral site. I like that. That's pretty cool.
That's tough.
That's tough. But that'd be
logistically, that would be almost impossible to pull off from a fan standpoint.
But you just announced, okay, so 2026 NBA Finals going to be at Madison Square Garden if there's a Game 7, and then you can just kind of float. You just kind of float the date a little bit, and then you can just narrow it down as you get closer and say, like, nope, no matter, even if they get a 3-day rest because of the schedule, or they get a week rest because of the schedule, Game 7, Madison Square Garden, for it all.
I think it's pretty cool.
That's out of the box.
I like that. That's out of the box, dude. I would tell you if I like it or not. Idea, but I love it.
Yeah, I love that idea.
It just rotates around for every year.
Oh, but then Green Bay's going to get it, and they don't even have Wi-Fi.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't think they have cell phones.
But I think it would just be at like big venues like that. And then you just split the pot for the attendance and all that stuff.
Like at the Sphere in Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah. Can you imagine?
That'd be great.
That'd be really distracting, though.
That'd be sweet.
For a player.
Chris would love it. He wouldn't have to watch the game.
Yeah, man. I there's plenty to do.
Yeah.
I can have it on in the background.
It's like when they did that college game on the aircraft carrier. Was it North Carolina? Like, didn't they play a college basketball game on the aircraft?
For sure.
Yeah, in San Diego.
Yeah, and the players hated it.
Yeah.
Because there was no contrast to the background. Like, you would just...
That would be tough.
Yeah, that'd be really
the wind
hard.
is a major factor.
The wind is a factor.
It's pretty weird when the wind factors into basketball. Anybody that's played pickup ball understands it, like outdoor, like a park or something, but on an aircraft carrier...
Can I just tell you what our friend Cy just texted me?
Oh, God.
Was it full frontal?
My guess is he's going to say that's the worst idea he's ever heard. The Game 7 bit?
Yeah. I don't have time to call in and tell you how much I hate your idea. Cy, it's a good idea.
That's brilliant.
It would be really fun, I think.
Brilliant.
And I get it. We would there's a potential that we would host a Game 7, which would be epic.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
But I don't know if you sold out a 70 or 80,000 seat stadium for the finals. be pretty sweet.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of neat, but, I don't want to piss Cy off.
Yeah, I don't either.
He hates me right now.
Think about
fired off another text.
Oh, God.
just in terms of conspiracy theories. How Saucy was like, the league wants this to go 7.
That sounds like
that would be for sure. If Game 6 was close,
right, yeah.
then you'd have, the league obviously made the calls because they want it to go to Game 7 because then it's in such and such city with 80,000 people and this and the spectacle. You'd have a lot of conspiracy theories about officiating if that was the case. If they truly wanted to push it to 7 for that reason, that's one of the many reasons Cy wanted to call.
Yeah. By the way, Rosen's guy, Ryan Fox, is 3 under on the PGA Championship.
So he said yesterday that he took Morikawa because obviously good value in terms of being the 5th pick, but he did say Ryan Fox was his sleeper pick if he had not taken Morikawa.
Alex Noren is also 2 under. That was also his other.
100%. That was pick number 3 for him.
Yeah. So good for Rosie.
So we're underway at Quail Hollow.
Yes, we are. Yeah.
All right.
Quail Hollow.
Let's see here. It's
North
in
Carolina.
North Carolina.
Quail Hollow.
Sounds awesome, right?
Yeah.
It sounds like a nice place.
Yeah, I bet it is.
Yeah.
I bet it's super nice. I think our guy Adam Thielen's there. Well, nice.
What do you like better, Quail Hollow or Sleepy Hollow?
Sleepy Hollow, because it means we're closer to Christmas, right, Hogs Daddy?
Amen, brother.
Yeah, listen to the Hogs.
Yeah,
People's heads get cut off and stuff and smashed with pumpkins.
I don't need it. It's a flesh wound.
The Minnesota Twins, Hogs Daddy, have won 10, straight.
Sorry, real quick. What time is Brian calling?
He's supposed to, literally any second. So
we break or should we stay?
No, we got to stay because he's only gotten, I think, until like 7:40 or so.
Sorry.
So
go ahead, buddy.
He's supposed to be joining any second.
It's like he's connected.
Oh, is he? Sweet,
okay.
Zacho.
Well, hold on. So we can talk to him through your line, right?
Yep.
That's correct.
Very cool.
Is he going to pop up on the old screen here? I'm trying to watch the old KFAN.com/watch.
Brian, can you hear us?
I can hear you guys.
Oh, there we go. Hey. Good morning, Brian.
How are you?
How you guys doing?
We are just loaded down with stuff, man. We got the Timberwolves moving on to the finals, or the Western Conference Finals. We got the Vikings schedule. There's so much going on. We're just excited this morning.
No doubt, man. A bunch of good news.
Completely.
Oh man, I like that hat. It looks like it's like got Christmas ornaments or something on that hat. What's going on there?
This is Aaron Jones's hat that he styled himself, and you can go get some on his Instagram. It's on his website.
That is a sweet hat.
Definitely go get you some Aaron Jones. He got a bunch of hats.
On my way to his website as we speak.
Does he have a sombrero on his website?
I bet he does.
Oh, that would be awesome. I want an Aaron Jones branded sombrero.
Nah, that's hilarious. He's got all colors though. Purple, white, black, and I think I've gotten all of them.
Did they have him in very, very, very large size?
Yeah, because he's got a big head.
He's got a huge head.
Yeah, huge.
Really, really big head. He really does.
I'm sure he has all sizes to fit.
Perfect.
Hey, Brian, speaking of Aaron Jones, so I've heard about this trip that you and Aaron and Jordan Addison went on. So tell us where you went and what you did.
Oh, yeah. So we went to my hometown, Accra, Ghana, and we went back to give back to the community, but in a big way. So as you guys know, flag football is coming to LA 2028. So Jordan and AJ all came down in support to help not only me, but, the Ghana American Flag Football Federation scout talent for the LA 2020 Olympics. So Jordan was coaching up the receivers. Aaron Jones was coaching up the running backs, and many more guys came down as well. From Joseph Adai, former first-round draft pick, long time ago, Paulson Adebo, my cousin Judah J. Barima. We had all sorts of guys that played in the league and, came down to Accra, Ghana to help scout the talent, and I couldn't be more grateful for them.
How did the talent look?
Oh, the talent was, man, honestly, the words can't fathom how talented the kids were. Just one quick story. One of the guys came from 5 hours away, drove 5 hours away, didn't stretch, didn't do nothing, went and ran a 40, and he ran 4.5 twice, and it's on footage.
Dang.
Wow.
Yeah, it's on footage. And that just speaks to the volume of the type of talent we have in Accra, Ghana. And really just, it's an exciting journey because, everybody wants to get to LA 2028, but, there are certain obstacles that you got to face. And, those obstacles facing are obviously funding. So trying to generate funding to be able to provide resources like a facility to train at coaches to enhance these players' skill sets. So that they can compete at a high level in June in Egypt at the first ever Continental World Championships against 7 other African teams. So it's pretty exciting, and I can't wait to see, what we do when we get there.
What a cool idea, though, Brian, because I was just thinking about, soccer's a super popular sport worldwide because you just need a ball, right? There's not a ton of equipment, right? Flag football, you don't need a helmet or shoulder pads or jerseys. You can make a flag out of almost anything. So you could really expand the game globally through flag football as opposed to standard football. That's pretty smart. I like what you guys are talking about.
No doubt. Definitely inclusive and obviously it's safe. And that's kind of the most important thing now in today's age is, playing within safety and rules. So flag football grants all those things, and that's why it's something that's getting globalized, something that's being popularized, and that's why something I believe it's in the Olympics because they want to see the talent. They want to see people grabbing flags, and they want to see people scoring touchdowns in a safer environment. So this whole thing, shout out to the NFL, shout out to OC, shout out to NFL Africa for being able to, not only pick me to be able to represent Ghana, but shout out to my teammates as well for coming down to help me scout that talent so that we are, able and equipped to compete at a high level.
Brian, us as fans get super excited for the schedule. Do you guys, I know you probably get a little earlier than the fans do, but how excited do you guys get when you see it, knowing that it means that football season is that much closer?
Honestly, when we first got back into, the building for OTAs, it felt like football was here. Seeing all the guys come back and us collectively coming together to, work hard in this environment, as teammates, building that team chemistry, that, camaraderie. Football season is here and it's on the brink. But the schedule release of yesterday, man, definitely is another step into, okay, it's getting closer and closer. And, I kind of liked and seen, how exciting our schedule is. And I can't wait to compete.
Okay, so Brian Asamoah, you as a current player, there's a little bit of debate going on I've seen online when it comes to what the players specifically look at when it comes to the schedule. So I'm going to ask you personally, when you look at the schedule, what's the first thing you're looking for? Are you looking for bye week? Are you looking for hot weather games, cold weather games, games against former teammates? What's the first thing you look at?
I think all of those play a factor. So first, I just go through the whole list and see, who do we open up with and kind of just go down the line. And then I go to, November and December football because those are the most important times. And then obviously the bye week is something that you kind of look forward to as well out of a 17-game season. So all those things play a factor. And then after that, you're like, okay, I have a teammate or an old friend on this team, and now you can't wait to compete against him or possibly swap jerseys or something like that. So all those things that you mentioned play a factor, and it is exciting. And also seeing the TV, like primetime games. So everybody wants to play on primetime because that's when the lights are bright and you got to shine the brightest. So honestly, all of them play a factor.
What about that Dublin and London bid? You were looking forward to that or not? Give me the pros and the cons.
Honestly, London, I'm pretty excited to go do because we've been there since I've been a rookie. We've been there twice now, so I've enjoyed my trip to London every single time. Ireland, I've never been there before, but it's something that's exciting. Now, the cons of all this is just the traveling and being overseas for 2 weeks. Honestly, myself, I feel like I'm overseas a lot, with my activity in Ghana. So I'm pretty excited to be in a different country. And learn new things about, this different country, being in Ireland. But London, count me in. I know that's always a good environment. The fans are electric, and it's just always good to be back in London, honestly.
Again, Brian, talking about what's going on with Africa Flag 2025, and that's coming up June 20th and 21st in Cairo. But tell me a little about Ghana, if you would, please. Describe the place to me. I have no vision in my mind of what it's like over there.
Yeah, so, quick story, honestly. Like, when I was 10 years old, Ghana was very rural. So when I was 10 years old, I was down there. I spent a year living with my dad's brother, who was a pastor, kind of gaining, the understanding of what life was like out there. And it gave me a good perception of, reality, what it was like out there. And it was completely different from America at the time. But that also helped, my whole mindset of just being able to pick football when I got back to the States. So I ended up playing football when I got back to the United States and said, this is what I'm going to do in life, and something that I'm going to push forward. Fast forward now 10, 15 more years since I've been back, and going this year. Ghana is completely different from when I was 10 years old. Now it's more city-like. Like, it's not anything remotely close to what, people paint the picture as. Like, I wish everybody gets an opportunity to go down there and see, like, how vibrant the city is. It's really like Miami times 10 in terms of, like, the weather. Obviously it's like 100 degrees all the time. But,
Yeah.
but no, you're getting very good culture vibes. It's the city. It's beautiful. And it's a place that is welcoming a lot of people to come down and just tour and just visit, because, this is where everything started at. So the Gold Coast is something that's exciting, and it's something that history has a big, artifact about. So.
And if you guys don't mind, let me jump in, because I want to ask about this as well. So first of all, what a huge thing as a 10-year-old to go someplace and live somewhere else and realize how big the world is, but that the world is out there and you can explore it, and that you can come back home and can continue your life. So what a huge thing, and what an experience, and that has led you to be who you are now, number one. Number two, I was just talking to these guys a few moments ago. I grew up on the borders of Ohio and Indiana, and I played high school football in Union City, right on the border, right there. August two-a-days in Ohio is misery. You went to high school in Columbus. It was terrible, wasn't it?
I agree. The 2 days back when I was in high school, that weather was extremely blazing. But, just the competition as well, like in that border from Ohio and Indiana, the talent's there, and it's something that should be spoken about. And I think that, scouts, colleges are now tapping into those areas of recruiting because they know the talent's there. But to your point, yes, that time in the summer it's definitely hot. It's definitely hot for sure. But Ghana's definitely hotter.
I can only imagine. How many other countries have you visited in Africa?
So 2022, I went to Nairobi, Kenya, kind of sort of what I'm doing now. We went down there to scout talent for the IPP program in IPP program in London. So OC Umunyera kind of started that whole thing, and he basically selected us to come scout talent in Nairobi that year for the players to go to, the IPP program in London. And then once they get to the IPP program in London, eventually like a school like Boston College picked up a tackle of who was there 2 years ago, and now he's playing at Boston College.
Wow.
Yeah, that's just kind of like the cool work that, these platforms and these opportunities present. And that's what, I'm trying to cultivate, one in my hometown country is, the growth of the game, but also like giving these players resources, because, they all need equal opportunity. The talent's there. They just don't have the resources. And that's why I'm just so grateful that I get to be, the one with people alongside me to help me, really bring this dream to a reality. And it just starts really from the ground up. So really ways to contribute, ways to help. I would say go to my website, brianasamoah.com, and you'll be able to see everything that, we're doing out there in Ghana. And then also there will be a donation link as well. Donations will be appreciated so that we really could start this whole process of getting these players ready to go to Egypt on June 20 through the 21st and compete at a high level, and really start this whole thing from ground up as we build this infrastructure from now all the way until 2028 to see Ghana one day, hopefully, bringing the gold back to the Gold Coast. So
very cool. Well done, man.
Amazing stuff, dude.
Yeah.
Brian, thanks for the time.
Good job, man.
Good luck with all that this summer. Good luck
best.
with the Vikings this fall. And nice talking to you, man. We'll talk to you down the road at some point.
yes, sir. Thank you so much for having me, guys, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys.
Appreciate it.
Thank
All
you,
right.
man. Well done.
Brian Asamoah, the Minnesota Vikings.
I love that stuff, man.
Yeah,
super
None of those
cool.
guys have to go that far.
Correct.
You've got a career, you've got a job to actually go out of your way because you want to for people. I love that.
Yep.
Love
Yeah,
that.
that's sweet.
Man, world traveler. Really, really cool. We'll come back. We'll do some Vikings news. Ryan Jeffers is going to call in at 8 o'clock. The Twins have won 10 straight baseball games. We'll talk to him in about 15 minutes. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
There you go. Jacuzzi Puma and Doggone. Local music, Power Trip Morning Show. We'll be right back in the Fan.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Frovic and Farewell, local music power to morning show. By the way, BrianAsamoah.com. That's BRIAN, Brian, ASAMOAH, BrianAsamoah.com.
What an impressive dude.
Yeah, right. And you can donate
Nice
right
guy.
there. They do all kinds of great stuff. Reading about his charity, and it's called the Be Authentic Foundation. And back to school drive, school scholarships, Thanksgiving turkey drives, holiday give back, all kinds of stuff he's involved in. And again, we talk about this all the time, Corey. You don't have to do this stuff. You're a pro athlete. You got you got a big life, just like we all do. But to spend that kind of time giving back like that, that's huge. I love that kind of thing, man. I really do.
Yeah.
So check that out. Nice job. That's cool.
All right, should we do Vikings news quickly?
I don't think I can think of anything I'd rather do because Ben's here and he loves it.
Time for Vikings news on the Power Trip, presented by
Radco, your truck accessories pro.
All right, thanks to Radco. Hey, Parker Fox is here, too. Hi, Parker.
Hey!
Parker's walking in. His gal, Taylor Heisey, the hero last night in overtime, sending Minnesota and the Frost to the finals. We'll talk more about that later.
And the Western Conference Finals we'll talk about later.
Yeah, we'll get to that as well. The Wolves, of course, just whooped that ass last night. They're moving on in 5 games. Ben, I think it's Albert Breer. Somebody does like a mailbag on sportsillustrated.com, si.com.
Sure.
The NHL a week and change ago did a live lottery, right? Where you actually got to watch the balls bouncing around.
Yeah.
Full transparency. And there was a couple of glitches and it was a little clunky, but at least it was out there for everybody to see. Then on Monday, the NBA does it. 1.8% chance for the Mavericks. The Mavericks win the NBA draft lottery and all hell breaks loose. Somebody asked, I think it was Albert Breer, are we even remotely close to the NFL getting a draft lottery? Because it seems like the NFL loves a spectacle, and they could find a way to make this a massive spectacle.
Yep.
I'll give you his short take. His short take is no, because the league right now doesn't fear tanking. They don't think tanking's a problem. And he made a point that I'd never really thought of, and I don't know if he's right or wrong, but it's just an interesting thing to think about. He said he thinks the league would be more worried about teams in the middle tanking as opposed to teams at the bottom. I don't know if I agree with that, but he was saying, like, let's say you're a game or two out of the playoff chase and it's down to the wire and you're like, I don't think we're going to make it. We need 7 things to go our way. That those teams would be more apt to quote, tank to make sure they stay in the lottery, stay in a chance, give yourself that Mavericks chance, right? A 1.8 as opposed to just whatever. Don't know if he's right or wrong, but overall, the arcing take was we're nowhere near a lottery because the league doesn't think tanking's a problem. Yes or no?
Yeah, I don't think that tanking's a problem. I really don't. If you're talking about tanking for all of December, I don't think that's happening at all. If you're talking about tanking the last game, yeah, I think that happens. And I don't know if it happens because of draft status, but I think it's just like, all right, well, it's also a little bit of strategy of let's get this young guy in there. Let's get him some more snaps. Let's get this veteran who we're going to count on. We just signed him to a 5-year extension. Let's take him off the field so he doesn't get hurt. I think there's a little gamesmanship there, a little strategy. But as far as like we're going to tank because we want that number 1 pick, I don't think it happens as much as people think. It might seem like that, but I don't think it does. I would agree with him.
Can you imagine an NFL draft lottery, though?
Yeah, it'd be great.
Holy bleep. Would that be a TV event for every team in the lottery? That would be a giant deal. Because by definition, most of those teams need a quarterback.
Yeah.
Right? That's why they're not in the playoffs,
Correct.
most of them. So the fact that if you had I'm not saying he's the next big thing, but if you had a Caleb Williams-esque trajectory where it's like this guy is a no-brainer number 1. Mm-hmm. Can you imagine 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 teams thinking they had a shot at him?
Yeah.
That would be a spectacle.
I mean, think of next year and it possibly being Arch Manning.
Yeah.
Be fun.
Or
fun to
if
win
you
the
like
NFL draft lottery would be sweet, but whatever.
Yeah.
Not
or
happening.
if you like the Patriots this year and you've got Drake May already, than the amount that you could sell that pick for.
Yep.
I mean, whatever it is, whether you need the quarterback or not, you're like, well, we've got a giant asset right here that we can really build our franchise just by, this little ping pong ball gives us the first overall pick. We don't need a quarterback. We're good. Yep. We like this guy. He's going to be around for the next 10 years.
One of the things in the mailbag, and this is something we've talked about in the last couple of months with Goodell trying to push this international thing as big as possible. Obviously, the Vikings have 2 international games this year, back-to-back in Dublin and London. But he makes the same point on this article, something about that in the very near future, the league will have 16 international games, and every team will play 1 international game a year. That's just where we're going.
Yeah, that's where we're going. Yeah. I mean, if they want to make this, global. Yeah, there's going to be a way that we tap into the Australian market. There'll be a way that we tap into some part of the Asian market. Obviously we're going to try to attack the European, the German market, the UK, all that stuff's happening right now with Spain and all that stuff. But they want to grow this league. And guaranteed, if we're going to have an 18-game schedule, which is where we're going down the path, then I could see everybody playing an international game. And it'll be global, like truly global.
And speaking of that, he also makes the point that if the NFL ever expanded, and it looks like right now it's a perfect balance, right? 32 teams, all the divisions are evenly balanced, all that stuff. But if they ever did, that it would never be a U.S. city, that they would truly expand globally, because the goal now is not just to get an expansion fee from some random city, right? Mm-hmm. It's let's get London's TV market in that entire
such
community.
A giant population.
Yeah.
I mean, enormous population of people.
Yeah. So it's a lot of new people you can sell merch to and get to watch the TV, of course, and get that television money.
And I would say, Hawk, let's put you and I at the top of that list. I would sign up to be on that new expansion team and say, I would move to London to work for that team.
I already bought an apartment there just in case.
Wow. It's called a flat.
Yeah, it is a flat. Thank you very much.
Well
I'm learning that. It's not my native language.
Parker goes to Europe once and he's an expert already.
Flat. Hey, Parker didn't mind my idea either.
I loved it. I thought it was sweet.
He didn't mind my Game 7 idea.
I thought it was sweet. I texted him. I said the only disadvantage and the only argument is you take away the regular season, the pride of being the number 1 seed and getting a Game 7 on your home court and the awesomeness that would take place of winning a Game 7 on your home court in front of your home fans. You're taking that away. But as a basketball fan, as a viewer, as a national type of sport, how awesome would it be to meet up at a Superdome or
if they could sell out the Final Four,
they would.
70 or 80,000 people.
Yeah, good point.
You could sell out 80,000 seats to the NBA Game 7 NBA Final, and if you want to complain about it, just have your team win in 6.
Thank you.
That's true.
That's right.
That's true.
All right, hang on. I think that's Ryan Jeffers on line 10 or so. You want to check to see if it is?
For sure.
Maybe it's Mitch just saying that Ryan's going to be ready in a second.
Mitch passed away.
Mitch died. I like that guy.
Yeah,
he's such a good guy.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Real sad.
Honestly, shout out to Mitch's family. He was a good dude.
Yeah.
Seemed to like baseball.
He's no longer with us.
I don't know much else about him. Seems nice.
Either.
Yeah, that's about it.
I don't even know his last name.
That's Mr. Jeffers on the phone right there. Yeah, let's grab him.
Good morning, Ryan Jeffers. How are you, buddy?
Good morning. How are you?
Pretty good. All right, here's the obvious question, but I don't know how you can answer this. What the hell has changed? What got into you guys? 10 straight wins, longest win streak in Major League Baseball all season long. 10 straight, and a couple of dramatic ones yesterday, specifically that second game. But, man, what's up with your squad right now?
Yeah, I think even when we were losing earlier, we felt like we had a team. We just weren't putting it together. And we've obviously been putting it together pretty well lately. This is kind of how baseball goes. That's why it's 162 games in a season. Everyone always complains it's a little too long, but, baseball, I think by the end of the year, you kind of know what teams are legit and what's not, because every team has their hot moments, their down parts, and hopefully we can hold on to this type of energy a little bit longer.
Let me ask you about, you guys are creatures of habit. You guys have superstitions. You love your routine. When a game gets canceled and you find out immediately you're playing a doubleheader, how does that change your day and your approach to that doubleheader?
It's nothing crazy. We don't love doubleheaders. It's just a long day at the ballpark, but at the same moment, you treat every game the same you would treat a normal game. The first game you have plenty of time to do your normal routine, do what you would normally do for a game. The second game's a little bit of a scramble just because, it's like 30 minutes after the first game ends, you're going again. So that one's a little bit of a scramble, but it's you treat it like a normal game, and the hard part is trying not to run out of pitching.
Ryan, have you ever caught both games in a doubleheader?
I have not in professional baseball. No, college baseball. The most I caught in our conference tournament one year in college. We were in the winners bracket. It was a double elimination. It was the championship game. We lost the first game and had to play again, a winner take all, and so I caught both of those games. But they won't do that to you in pro ball.
Well, that's nice of them.
I apologize if this has been out there and I have not seen it, but the Spartan helmet when you guys hit the home runs, who came up with it? Who came up with it, and how do you guys decide what the celebration is going to be?
Yeah, Chris Paddock bought it and just started putting it on guys' heads. That is the extent of the story. There is no more of that story.
That's so good. That's it. And now it's just what you guys do, and then nobody even thought we should do something else.
No, it's just if you hit a homer, you get the Spartan helmet. I don't even know what it. I have no idea what the symbolism is, or even if there is any symbolism. It's just it was there one day.
Yeah, why not? It's brilliant. Ryan Jeffers joins us with the Minnesota Twins, going for 11 straight wins today against Baltimore at 11:35. Ryan, you guys had a 12-game win streak, if I'm correct, last year, right? 10 this year so far, 12 last year. What feels the same or different about this streak compared to last year's streak?
Yeah, I think when you're in these winning streaks, you never feel like you're out of the game. They had that big inning yesterday. We went down, but I don't think there was ever a moment where we thought we were going to lose or not score some more runs. So I think that's the biggest thing is the vibe around we're in every game, no matter what the score is. We're going to continue to score runs throughout the game. That's probably it's the confidence level of that is at an all-time high when you're winning this many games.
Hey, Ryan, how cool was the moment when Clemens hit that home run in Boston with his dad in attendance?
Yeah, it was awesome. It was fun to talk to him afterwards. Just that's.
Oh,
he had.
I think he's been. Oh no, that Jason Bourne got it.
Yeah, Mitch.
He hadn't ever played at Fenway. He had been there a couple times, but never been in the lineup. So he got a chance to be in there, and then, golly, it's just storybook.
Ryan, I want to say, because we lost you for a second there, but before we let you go, I know you got a lot going on, but I watched your Mother's Day tribute to Lexi and Harper, and it got me choked up a little bit, man. Well done on that.
Yeah, that was good. That was they gave me an opportunity and asked if I wanted to do that, and obviously I jumped all over it and gave a good interview, and then they kind of wrote a script together, got a script together and recorded it, sent some good pictures in. It was definitely a cool moment for us. I know it choked up my wife, and her parents both texted me and sent me some good messages. So you're doing something right when your parents-in-law hit you up.
So, Ryan, before we let you go, last one. Yesterday when I was talking to your guy, Mitch, it was like, Ryan can probably join you tomorrow, but it kind of depends on whether or not he's going to be in the lineup today. So you're with us. So does that mean you're in the lineup or not in the lineup, or can you not tell us?
I am in the lineup. It was more so I'm catching again. It was just sometimes it's hard to plan ahead because I don't know what time the buses are. So thank you guys for being flexible with me.
Always, man. Love having you on, dude. Good luck today. Keep this thing going, dude. 11 straight would be sick.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
All right. Good luck, man. Good luck. Ryan Jeffers, Minnesota Twins again, 11:35 at Baltimore. Today, Chris Paddock, who apparently bought that helmet.
And it's broken, I think.
It keeps breaking.
I think it's broken,
every time. Yesterday they got a home run. It would the top, the red part would just break off.
I was going to ask him that, because I think our guy Corey during the game was like, I think the helmet's busted again.
That's almost funnier. Like, if they just keep duct taping it the rest of the year, by the end of the season, it's just a garage sale piece of garbage. Hilarious.
They did a whole segment, Audra Martin did yesterday, on the helmet, and there was a home run hit, and she was like, oh, Chris Paddock fixed it. It's fixed now. And then they put it on somebody, and it just completely broke again.
Yeah,
so
that's brilliant.
That's
the
funny.
The cheaper it looks, the better.
Yeah. All right, let's come back. We'll talk about the Wolves clinching.
It's been a bit. We haven't talked about them, so let's do that.
Parker, you're all over it. I know you and Max did the pregame bit. They got it done in 5. Your gal Taylor also sending a Minnesota squad to the finals. We'll talk about the Minnesota Frost as well. All we do is win. Look at 10-game win streak for the Twins. The Wolves are on fire. The Frost are on fire. This is the Power Trip Morning Show.
Okay, have you heard about this? Last year, Degree changed the formula for their Cool Rush deodorant. Their fans rebelled and wanted the old scent back. And Degree listened. That doesn't happen often.
They admitted that they effed up and are bringing the original Cool Rush scent back. And it's exactly how you remember it. Cool, crisp, and fresh. There's a reason it's the #1 men's antiperspirant. And it's back in Walmart, Target, and other stores for under $4.
So try it and see what the fuss is about. Head to your local stores to try the OG Cool Rush for yourself.
Want to feel more creative but don't have the right laptop? Lenovo.com can help. Look through our legendary lineup of AI-powered PCs and devices and find the one that fits your passion. Our PCs powered by Intel Core Ultra processors, as well as cutting-edge AI tools, allow students to focus, learn, and create with ease. That's the power of Lenovo with Intel inside. Plus, college students and teachers can get 5% off their order. Shop now on Lenovo.com. The future's waiting, and it needs you.